expected, but we will, of course, bring it down just a wee bit. I love this tripod. Hey everyone, this is Kevin, the Apptrepreneur, and we are doing it outside once again now. I hear my neighbor getting her dog a couple times while I was setting this all up, so if you hear someone in the background, that's what it is. But it's a nice day out today, so what can I say? I've been enjoying doing these little live stream updates in my backyard. But today I'm going to talk about something that might not be that big of a deal to some people, and yet I can't believe I'm actually doing it. In some ways, this goes against every principle that I have. But dare I say it, I really want to make content about this because this is just fascinating. So I don't know if any of you are products of the 90s when it comes to their music. But I remember the Columbia Record Club, and the Columbia Record Club was a service where they would send you a vinyl record every month or a CD every month. Hey, Team D'Angelo, how you doing? And you'd pay like $20 a month, something like that, and they would send you a CD or a vinyl. In my days, it was the CD, and you didn't always know what it was you were going to get. But I had to say, it was kind of an exciting program. I mean, yeah, you did get albums that you didn't necessarily like when you used the service. However, you also got albums that you otherwise may never have listened to. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? So the CD Club or the Columbia Record subscription club, that was a very interesting thing to be alive for. Now, of course, in some ways, it's a relic. They don't really do it anymore, as far as I'm aware. But another company wants to bring it back. They're calling it the Vinyl of the Month Club. And here's a description of it. Join the Vinyl of the Month Club. Curated by the experts at this particular music company, the golden era of vinyl subscription box brings you the greatest albums to come out of the 1960s and 70s, must haves for anyone building the ultimate vinyl collection. And I kind of got to thinking when I saw this, my goodness, someone's actually attempting to bring it back. And with vinyl, it makes perfect sense because vinyl is being bought by collectors, people who want the highest quality music, who want the artwork, who wants all the bells and whistles that streaming music does not have. Now, why would I hesitate to sign up for something like this? Why on earth would that be a problem? Well, here, here's 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 the problem. It's something Amazon's doing. Yep, Amazon.com. The company that I like to give my money to the least. And according to the description, it ships from and is sold by Amazon. It's $24.99 a month for a box. You can cancel anytime. It automatic renews at $24.99. It says, get an essential album every month. Join the club and receive one must-own record from the golden era of vinyl each month, handpicked by the experts at Amazon Music. Build the ultimate vinyl collection. Start or grow an enviable collection with some of the greatest albums ever. Iconic classics from artists like Pink Floyd, Aretha Franklin, ABBA, and more. A great gift for anyone who has just fallen in love with vinyl. Hey, Mohammed, how you doing? I'll read your comment in a second. Be subscribe with confidence. You can skip a month or cancel anytime. Be among the first. Subscribe now and help us evolve our services by providing feedback on your experience. Now then, as you can see, they advertise some great artists: Miles Davis, Led Zeppelin, Fleetwood Mac, Aretha Franklin, and Pink Floyd. In fact, I have it on good authority that many people, their first album was Pink Floyd's The Wall, which is not only a great album, but that album usually costs you more than $25. In fact, it's usually double the cost. Now, you can also, here's the other thing, you could also gift a newbie collector. Perfect for the music lover who's just fallen in love for analog sound. Now, there's an FAQ, but there's only 3 questions. The first question is, what do I get with this vinyl subscription? You'll get a single album on vinyl with every delivery. Each record is picked by our experts at Amazon Music, coming from a collection of best albums from the golden era of vinyl, which they consider to be the 60s and the 70s. The second is, can I return a vinyl? And they said, yes, the Vinyl of the Month Club qualifies for free returns. The vinyl must be returned in new and unused condition, so you can't open it, listen to it, and decide, I don't like it. But on the other hand, with Spotify and YouTube Music and Tidal, which even though I already have YouTube Music, I'm giving really serious consideration to keeping just because it sounds that much better. You can listen to whatever album you're not certain about on these streaming services. And if you don't like them, you can send them back or cancel. To return a vinyl, one, go to your order, start the return. Two, print the return shipping label. And three, ship it. Also, in certain areas like New York and California, they have plenty of places where you can just bring the merchandise to like a Whole Foods or something and just return it there. Third question, does the Vinyl of the Month Club ship to all countries? Do I have to pay for shipping? Answer, no. The Vinyl of the Month Club subscription is only available to be shipped in the United States. All subscribers get free standard shipping. Now, here's the thing. I kind of like this idea because, again, I was a member of the Columbia Music Record subscription club. And I remember getting random albums all the time and pay $20 for them. Sometimes I like the album. Actually, most of the time I like the album. Sometimes I didn't like the album, and then that was kind of a waste of $20. But I kind of wonder, would a service like this for a collector's market work in the year 2021? So I'm really tempted to do this. However, I don't like giving Amazon money. And for that matter, to be perfectly frank, I don't listen to a lot of vinyl anymore. I do have a vinyl player, and I do buy, video game and anime soundtracks on vinyl, but the vinyl player does not get used as much as it should. So I decided, as a compromise, so that someone else can be blessed with something, and therefore sending evil, greedy Amazon $25 a month won't bother me too much. I am actually going to gift this subscription to a friend of mine who does love vinyl music and who knows more about the music industry than I do. And he has agreed that he will accept this gift for about 4 months. So I will be giving Amazon $100, I guess. And then after 4 months, we are going to do a podcast live on this channel so that we can talk about this subscription service and this club and whether or not he feels that this works in his day and age, the quality of the music. I can give my 2 cents on some of the things that Amazon is doing coming from the billing side of all this. And that would be also an excuse for me and him to finally do a, you know, podcast collaboration with him. And interesting, as I'm doing this, I got a tweet from Wario64. If you want an Xbox Series S bundle on Amazon, they've got it now. But I also know that Costco and Best Buy also have Series S's. So. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with this thing. Like, this is going to be the first major thing that I've subscribed to on Amazon in, boy, a long time. The last time I remember buying something from Amazon was when they had realized my account had not been used for more than 10 years. And they sent me a $50 gift card just to come back. I went back, bought the collector's edition of Sonic Mania, which some of you remember seeing that Sonic figurine in the background. Thank you, Amazon. Basically gave that to me for free. Got my free item, and basically didn't go back. I take that back. I did have to buy from Amazon Blu-ray 3Ds of Ready Player One, The Croods 2, and Wonder Woman 84. Unfortunately, they had the exclusive rights, and the choice was, hey, look, either buy them from Amazon and get them in 3D, or you don't get them at all. And I don't like it when any company does that. And unlike music, there's not a real good workaround to that. If Amazon or any company gets an exclusive to Blu-ray 3D, what are you going to do? So yeah, I can't believe I'm actually doing this, but I guess I'm going to be giving Amazon some business to do this podcast episode. I don't know if this is something my viewers, aka you guys, will necessarily have a lot of interest in, but you know what? I think it would be a fun podcast to do. And after the podcast is done, I could probably take it and edit it into like a video review of some sort for my now much neglected Apptrepreneur media channel that just sits there and doesn't get the uploads that it should. I want to start uploading on that channel again. I like doing news stories for that channel. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this Amazon Vinyl Club thing. Can't believe I'm going to actually do it, but c'est la vie. I mean, I guess me buying 4 records from Amazon isn't going to kill. I hope I can live with myself. But the fact that I'm gifting it to someone else makes me feel a little bit better about this. But anyway, I would like to know what your thoughts on this are. Would you sign up for an Amazon Vinyl Club thing? And I see some messages going on, so I'm going to read those messages before we end this live stream. Let me see. iPhones are still kind of crazy. So Muhammad says, "Greens, Kevin. Was good while getting my CDs, cassettes of favorite singers after I stopped paying. This will probably fail because of online music services." Well, I don't know if it would fail. It kind of depends what Amazon is expecting. I mean, vinyl has made a comeback not because it's selling millions of copies all of a sudden, but because they are being produced. They are consistently selling them for a high margin of return. So, for example, I do buy video game soundtracks on vinyl. I like the artwork. I like having them. I think they're just pretty to look at. Most of these companies admit that, yeah, they probably only sell about 50 to 100,000 copies of these vinyls. But there's two things. One, they know they can sell 50 to 100,000 copies of those vinyls, maybe even 200,000 if you get a Sonic Adventure or a Metal Gear Solid in there. Make it a Final Fantasy, 500,000 easily. But here's the other thing: records are very cheap to make. Like, I think it costs like roughly $1 per LP. So if you have a 4 LP record, it's going to cost like $4 to $5 at most, and then you pay to ship it, which is like $3 to $5. But you can always sell these for $50 minimum. Get certain titles in there, and there's a helicopter above me. I don't know if you can hear that. Then you can sell for a heck of a lot more. The last time I bought vinyl, I bought a 7 LP vinyl of Final Fantasy VII Remake. This cost me $150 to buy on a, geez, that guy's just being loud, on a set that costs at the absolute most $10 to produce. And that vinyl set sold out fairly quickly. I think they produced like 400,000 copies or something like that, and they easily sold it out within a few days. Easily. So I don't think Amazon doing this is necessarily them saying this is going to be bigger than streaming or their Amazon Music service, of course. But why they are doing it is because they know like, okay, these are low cost, high margin items. And if we can get a certain number of people to do it every month, then we have this many that we're guaranteed to sell pretty much. And it could be a small but very lucrative business. What's more, it will be interesting to see what happens if Amazon decides to also give you an MP3 copy of the album, which is something I'm interested in because they might be selling this for the collector who also doesn't like to open their stuff. So they're saying like, hey, here's the thing. We send you the vinyl, but we're also going to send you an MP3 download on our Amazon Music Cloud. Well, you start building up music on the Amazon Music Cloud, then you might consider subscribing to Amazon Prime Music because you've already got a digital library with Amazon. And, that could take some people away from Spotify and give it to Amazon. I don't think people who are subscribed to Tidal would move over because people who are subscribed to Tidal are usually there because of the quality of the music, not because, you know, they're unhappy with Spotify. In fact, funny thing about Tidal, because I'm on 2 months of Tidal for $2, and shoot, it really does sound that much better, especially on these things. Like, I was amazed at how good the sound quality of Tidal was. So even though I really don't need it, I've got YouTube Music, and I think YouTube Music offers the biggest selection out of anything. Tidal sounds the best, so I'm kind of in the on the fence about whether or not to keep it or not, which obviously was the whole point of the subscription. So Ryan has a few messages. Thank you for still being a member, Ryan. I've been doing well. Have you gotten to see Luca yet? I'm interested to know what you would rate it out of 5 stars, as I don't think that your website, iCritic, is not as accessible anymore. Actually, it is still accessible, but you have to put the www.icritic.net. Then you can see that. But I'm also on Letterboxd for the record. I haven't seen Luca yet. However, I am near the one movie theater in the nation that is showing Luca in theaters. That's the El Capitan. So we're considering taking a trip to Hollywood to seeing Luca in the El Capitan. Uh, so uh, Now let's see here. Do you still not have the Bugs Bunny 80th Anniversary Collection Blu-ray? I just thought to ask. I saw on Blu-ray.com a few days after that Amazon had it on sale. I'm not telling you to support Amazon, but I'm just interested to know if you've gotten it yet or not. I do not have it yet. And it's interesting because here I'm talking about how I am torn about signing up for a vinyl club with Amazon, but I'm probably going to do because I'm very interested to review this service. For that reason, and because I'm gifting that to someone else, I will subscribe to this on Amazon. But would I purchase the Bugs Bunny Blu-ray for myself on Amazon? Probably not, because to me the savings is not worth it. I would much rather pay double what that would normally cost to another company, any other company, than give Amazon money for that sale. I'm in a very conflicting place right now, as you can probably tell. What did I miss? Well, we're talking about vinyls today. Totally right. Now Ryan says, is your vinyl collection anywhere near your CD collection? I remember seeing a look at how big your CD collection was during the live stream we did on Christmas. No, it's nowhere near as big as my CD collection. The funny thing is, I just got rid of about 400 to 500 CDs. I went through and I pulled out a bunch of CDs that I realistically was never going to listen to again, and whose albums were not close to my heart or anything like that, and I got rid of them. And I should probably go through the CDs again and throw away quite a bit more, because I still think I have a couple thousand CDs, and it's way too much. It's way too much for product. In all fairness, I don't really listen to anymore. I mean, they have, even though I like having a physical copy to protect certain CDs, and certainly not all my CDs are on Spotify. That's why I'm keeping some of them. And the neighbor's doing something. I don't know if you could hear that. uh, I have not listened to my CDs for a while because I've ripped them and I put them on my iPod. And then if I want to stream them, YouTube Music and Spotify and Tidal, like, these are all super convenient services, and there's not too much that you can't find on these streaming services. Now, there's some stuff you can't find, like there's some soundtracks for 90s shows and cartoons and video games that you can't stream for the most part. But even some of those, like for example, just throwing it out there, Jetsons the movie, the soundtrack, that was an album I liked because Tiffany, 80s pop star Tiffany, she did like 3 or 4 songs on that CD. That CD has not been legally published for many years, and it's also not on Spotify or Tidal or Amazon Music or anything like that. You can find it on YouTube Music, though, because someone uploaded it on YouTube Music. But of course, if it ever gets copyright claimed, it could come down. So these are things to consider before getting rid of certain CDs. But for the most part, like the Tim McGraw stuff, the Def Leppard, the Barry Manilow, the Amy Grant, like these are albums that are the Sting stuff. I actually got rid of some of my Sting albums because it's not like he was always a personal favorite. I kept the albums that I considered to be great, but I got rid of most of the others because you can find them anywhere you want. So, and except for like certain personal favorites like Phil Collins and the Beatles, who I will just always want to have a copy of, um, I'm finding myself getting rid of more and more CDs because streaming's just that convenient. As for my vinyl collection, I have about a few dozen. Um, let's see here. Muhammad says, on second thoughts, it would be a good idea because of gifting and people getting for memorabilia. Yep. Hey, Slick Nick, I have CDs I haven't listened to in a long time. Same here. So Ryan says, that's cool. I definitely think that Luca would be worth seeing in theaters. Thanks for letting me know about iCritic.net. I'm going to try to revisit it again now. Yeah, but again, if you can't find me there, you can find me on Letterboxd, which is where a lot of new reviews are going. I will admit I don't know what to do with the iCritic website anymore. I always liked the idea of having my own website, but iCritic never generated the traffic that makes keeping it up really worthwhile. Interestingly, my 3D blog does get a fair amount of traffic, so that feeds into the AdSense quite a bit. Anyway, folks, it's been 21 minutes. This was a quick little update, if you will. So thank you for joining me, and of course, we will be back with more content soon. And after this fact, let me know, am I betraying my values by signing up for this vinyl program on Amazon? Granted, I'm not doing it for myself. It will be gifted to someone, so it is their gift to have with what they will do. I just need, and it will give me a chance to talk about it just because I think this is a fascinating concept that this is coming back so many years later. But I would like to know what you think if I am selling up my values once again. Yes, Mothman. I have a 3D blog called Save Blu-ray 3D, which is probably going to get a name change soon to ultimate3d.com or something like that. But yeah, say Google search Save Blu-ray 3D, and you can find my 3D blog. It's out there. And I actually put a lot of time into it, and people do read it. So it's funny how my career has always been in talking about niche topics. And then when they become mainstream, then of course, then I got to think about a new topic to talk about. Anyway, would like to know what all you think. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.